Hey guys, I'm Corendus. Welcome to game review of Echo of Soul. This is an MMORPG that's kind of new on the market, I guess, but it's also pretty old apparently. When I looked up how long ago it was developed in 2010, and it was only released like a year or two ago in the Korea area and here. The game itself is, I don't know, I don't really have too many good things to say about it just to start, so bear with me. Classes are gender locked, and they each play into like a stereotype, like wizard, archer, rogue, warrior, tank, whatever. Customization isn't really that. There's not very much customization. You can see it right here in the options. You choose your face, you choose your hairstyle, you choose your eyes, you choose your tattoos, you choose your body, and your body is like only body size, leg, and head, whereas new MMOs these days you can adjust like everything almost, so it already missed that standardization bar. Graphics are okay, but they're not very detailed. You don't see your character this close up in the game like ever. If you actually look at your character this close, you're gonna miss everything else out there in the game, and you'll be like, what the hell is going on? So don't be fooled by that. I'll go into the game and we'll actually have a look at what it actually really looks like. So this is in-game. There's like a 7-day login bonus. And this is generally how far you see your character. So basically you won't see that detail at all very much. I mean, and then when you zoom close, that's about what it looks like. You can go first person, I guess. But then you don't see your character at all anymore, so that doesn't make any sense. Actually, I never tried playing this in first person. Odd playing in first person. Now I can't see the monster. So you can play first person, I guess. I think it'll actually be better if you played first person. But I was gonna do this review at level 30, but I just couldn't do it, guys. It's just too grindy, and other people were telling me like, "Oh, you call that grindy?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's grindy," because from levels 1 to 29 I've been doing the same thing over and over and nothing's been different. I may have fought 2 bosses that had to use a little bit of brain power, which is basically don't stand in their AoE in the dungeon. So you kind of start off somewhere. The world's really huge, but like I made it up to here, Heliana, but by the time you make it to Rodby you should be about level 60ish. So you start off in Levin, somewhere around here, and then you just like, you do these, go here, kill this quest, or go here, collect this quest, or go here, talk to this NPC quest, and that's the majority of my entire game time on this. You literally go point A to point B, and that's it. There's no challenge or whatever. It's just monotonous. That's why it's really grindy. I played other games like Vindictus. Yeah, that's grindy too, but at least every boss I fight in every dungeon I run, it's different. And like games like C9 or like Dragon Nest, various other games. So it's like, this isn't really anything new. There's nothing innovative about this system. The choices for character growth is very, very limited. The only choice you ever make is once you get to your skill path, which is at level 10. And then every 4 or 6 levels, or 3 to 4 levels, you get one choice in the skill section here. Like you see 3 icons. Like the top one, the middle one, and the bottom one. You only get two choices out of them, and then after a certain tier of levels, you get to choose the next set of skills over. So there's not very many choices, and then there got another skill page. It lets me choose the other paths, so that suggests that later on there will be other paths that you can choose, but they in no way synergize with your previous choices of a different class. So Echo of Souls is pretty bland by that standard already. There's so little choice. I played Silk Road Online. That's a super old MMO, and you can build your character however you want, even though it's grindy as fuck. So, and yeah, so like you can look at the bottom here. This section here unlocks at level 30, and then the next skill selection you get is at 36. So that means somewhere around 33 or 34 I get to choose another skill out of the 3 choices here. So 2 out of 3, basically there's a chance that 1/3 of the characters of this class is going to be the exact same carbon copy of you as well, because of so little choice and so little deviation. The other thing is that there's this Echo of Soul buff here. This thing is like to do with soul skills. When you kill a bunch of monsters, you can purify at a town or a nearby like sanctuary or whatever, basically a save point, and then you get these buff souls where when you use them it lasts for like 20 seconds, and they take like a time to level up. So I've used this over, let's see, I get 2 EXP every time I use it, and it cools down in 2 minutes. So I've used it 75 times only in my entire course of playing, and most of the time I forget about it because it's pointless to ever use it, even though it gives 20% bonus EXP. The fastest way to level up is to do quests early on, but then once you unlock the battleground is this place. It's basically 15 on 15 PvP. I'm not going to show it here. It's basically like playing Dominion from League of Legends. And then there's another different map where you just collect resources, and it's just whoever collects it first wins. Still 15 on 15. That's the only possible fun part about this, unfortunately. Other than that, combat is just, you run your fingers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0 here, and then like F1, F2, F3, F4, and whatnot. So it's not that good, guys. I don't know why this was so hyped. So I couldn't make it to 30 because I just can't do that to myself. My soul is echoing. I guess that's why they call the game Echo of Souls. And it's I mean, if you like the grind and you just like the simple, monotonistic robot kill fest, then go ahead and play it. But for the most part, you won't run into a huge town until level 20. So the first big town I ever reached was Ignea, which was here, and it's a level 18 to 19 area. So you gotta travel through all this crap first from like all these maps, and then you finally go to Ignea, which is the first big town I came across. And then afterwards I was like, I don't think many people are gonna reach this town by the time they quit, and if they don't, then they're probably gonna commit to the grind anyways. But for me, I'm just like, no, there's not much to do in this game. Crafting itself is very simple as well. You just gather ingredients and just craft it. Takes a few seconds, which is okay actually. I think cooking is one of the things that I'll actually pick up because there's consumable, because you have a hunger bar here which grants you extra buffs. If you're empty and hungry, you get no buffs, you get a small penalty instead. So it's always worth it to eat food. One horrible thing is inventory space is absolutely atrocious. You can look here, I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I have 30 slots. 36, 42, 48, and only 56 inventory slots. It's very little considering how many different types of gems you'll get for equipment. And equipment is this many, and each piece of equipment can be slotted with a gem, so already like all the equipment that you can wear is already going to be filled up here if you find extra pieces that'll upgrade, and then you'll also be holding gems to slot them in there unless you put them into storage, which you still don't have very much space because you gotta pay real money for it, which is absolutely ridiculous when you play games like Path of Exile. But that's not the point here. Other ways to actually inventory manage is to just hold a bunch of low-level gems and never upgrade them until you actually need it. Or you can just soul extraction them, turn them into soul pieces, because souls take forever to gather from grinding. It's better to do co-op purification with someone else, because it'll cost you half the amount of souls and you'll get the same amount of souls to use for the buff. Leveling for itself is it's okay paced. It's just that it's really boring, unfortunately, because you can tell all I have to do is just kill like 5 of these, and then afterwards you walk to the next dude and talk to them, like this NPC right here called Maester. Like, I don't even care about reading about it anymore. I just mash the F key and then that's it until I have all the quests, and then I never look back. And that's combat, guys. It's just run my fingers through 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, if you actually want to care about what each one does, for my character, I went with a bard because I was trying to, party, but I ended up not even partying with anything. There's like certain effects when I have certain songs on and whatnot, and synergizes into like different effects and different debuffs with my character when I land the hits. But then I have to do resource management as well, which means I have to use these other skills to generate resource back. It's pretty simple, it's straightforward. I'm sure you'll figure it out within like 5 minutes. It's nothing too complicated. But for the most part, gameplay itself, I don't know. I'm not really impressed. It's not anything difficult. Game is nothing really new, honestly. And I don't know, some of these like crafting professions, you need like a different profession to actually supply yourself with the materials, like jewel crafting. If you're gonna go jewel crafting, make sure you go resource collection, not soul processing or cooking. I don't know which one it was. I think it was cooking. So don't go with cooking because you won't be able to get copper ores, or unless you buy it off people, which means you're gonna be shelling out tons of cash. And the other thing is like currency. Currency is really useless for the first 50-ish levels, and you only get like 1 silver when you sell something, and it's really weird. It's just, like, this armor is worth 1 silver, and I'm level 29, which is about halfway into the game, because like max level skill is 60 here. So I assume by that regard, I'm kind of midway in there. I don't know why they wouldn't introduce these things earlier in the game. If they think this is like a tutorial, it's a really, really shoddy tutorial. I don't really feel anything to learn here, because I'm doing the same thing here over and over, and you teach me 100 times like the task of 80. It's like, if you're going to treat your players like retards, expect them to not stay in a game that's obviously better and cheaper and better features and doesn't ask for your money. So the world is huge, don't get me wrong, but it's just that the journey around the world is completely pointless. There is no function, and there's no objective for you to actually go through the world without just grinding this out. There's a few cutscenes here and there, but I don't know if they're actually worth your time just to reach it. For the most part, EXP, you get a rest bonus. So if you're offline for a long time, you'll get a rest bonus, and then your EXP will be doubled. On top of that, you can do your soul buff for an extra 20% on top of that, so you get 220% EXP bonus. And this is like a town. Get away from me, stupid senescent harpy. So I'm in a level 25 area, and I'm at level 29. Yeah, I'm level 29 at a level 20. How I got so high level was because I did like the daily PvP quests. When you do a PvP quest, you get about 60,000 EXP based on how many people you kill or assist in killing in the PvP. And if you look at my bottom bar here, it's only 172k EXP. So I really don't understand why I would ever do these quests. These quests only give 8k at a time. They may be a little bit quick, but 8k is about 8 quests, whereas if I just do one battleground, which takes about 10-15 minutes, I get 60k out of it or more. So I don't know why that is. It's just like, there's no point to do the real world. PvPing will get you leveling way faster than everything else, and then you can probably just end up coming back to one-shot everything. So these are all the places I've ever been to. I'll just show you. Honestly, this review is really, really short. There's not much for me to go over. So like, these are all the places I've been to already. And here's all the places, and this is the place I'm at currently. Eventually there's like all these other places too, but from Legends to Heliana, all I did was just kill like 5x of this, gather 5x of this or something, and then it's just talk to the NPC, gather my reward, get EXP, get money. My combat was literally the same from 1 to 29. It's just hit 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on my keyboard. No dodging, no sense of danger. Not really anything like, I didn't really feel any sense of accomplishment more than I just trekked halfway across the world. And that's about it. This is the huge town I was talking town that I would consider like an actual big town. Everything else is. It looks pretty nice. Kind of reminds me of Terra, but Terra has better graphics. So I don't know. There's no normal mapping game. For those of you who don't know what normal mapping is, that's the illusion, depth, and detail on Vindictus. God, game is fucking chugging. So sorry for the staring. Just realized, okay, I'm not gonna move my screen. Like, I don't know why the game is chugging. I'm making this at max graphics, and like, it's like I don't understand why it's chugging. Anyways, it's weird. My kid looks more detailed in this town than it did in the field. It's really weird. Okay, so anyways, so I was saying, like, you know, normal maps like depth detail. Games like C9 and Vindictus have it. Dota 2 has it. I don't think Diablo 3 has it. Diablo 3 has lighting setting, which is kind of new. You can generally tell because if you look closely at, say, like the skirt here, for instance, or even the floor, that's just texture. If this was really bumped mapped, it would actually look like it's raised and sunk for like certain tiles on there, but it's not. Whereas I've looked at like the detail and stuff, and like they have all that. You can't. It's really stupid to model that amount of detail on a character in terms of polygons. So that's one way to figure it out. Train your eye to see this detail in games, so you know what you're dealing with, and then if you have a really strong computer and it's still chugging while playing this game that doesn't have that amount of detail, it's really, really questionable at what the hell's running in the background, eating up your computer resources. And the update that they just had after maintenance, it took literally like an hour and it ate up like 5 gigs of space. It's absurd because like this itself is like only like 5 gigs, and I'm just like, what the hell happened? Why is a patch after a maintenance 5 gigs big? And they have like some questionable practices in here and there, so I'm not exactly sure. I'm not gonna waste my time and effort looking into it or ripping the thing apart. So yeah, really that's all there is to Echo of Souls, guys. There's really not that much else. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. The game is pretty simple and bland. There's really not much to go over. I don't even know why this took 18 minutes, but I mean, if you want to waste your time here, go ahead. I'm not really bashing the game. I'm saying it's really, really simplistic, and it's not really anything innovating or new on the market. I feel like I played another MMO that's exactly like this, except it was done 7 years ago, and it's called Silk Road Online with more choices. That's about it. Like, you might say like, oh, the soul buff thing is very new. No, it's not. Just go play Silk Road Online. You'll know what Berserk is. Damage times 2 to everything, and speed up times 2 for 1 minute, which is longer than the 20 seconds that you're given here. Alright, so that's Echo of Souls review, guys. I hope this kind of gave you some information, but other than that, that's it for now. If you got any questions, leave it in the comments below. If not, well, I hope I saved you some time, or that I found you a very robotic game to play. Bye bye for now.